Doesn't matter anyway. Hello everybody, or people watching later on in the stream. Welcome. This is Let's Figure It Out. I am Only Art, and I am joined by the amazing CoffeeVectors today. We're just hanging out, really. We're gonna try to do like a little collab, and we were talking about it, and we were like wondering, what are we gonna do? And Coffee was like, well, maybe we can make a storyboard-esque kind of thing for the book you're writing. And I was like, okay, don't get me too excited because you did. So hello, Coffee. How are you doing? How's your life? How's work?
Doing good. I was excited to see the Stable Diffusion winners.
Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it? Did you get to? How much of it did you catch via the stream, or did you just look on the afterwards? I mean, it's fine if you didn't catch it.
Yeah, I got to catch like the end when you were actually looking through the winners.
Nice.
So that was really interesting. Yeah.
That was a lot of fun, right? Gosh, I mean, it was so fun doing it. So, and then we like hid it from everybody, and then we surprised them, and I was like, yes. I don't know how we'll do it the next time though, because everyone will like know that it's going to be a surprise, and so they'll probably all chatter behind the scenes. But I don't know. How does the Oscars do it? They do it somehow.
Yeah, that's a good question. I have no idea. But no, it's really cool just seeing how everyone like interpreted the different music, and of course, seeing Peter on there was really cool.
Yeah, it was so much fun hanging out with Peter. He's such a cool guy. Are you going to do the next one?
I guess it just depends. Like, I would have entered this, but I just have so much like stuff on the table.
Yeah,
but I was floored. I was floored when you guys were like, "Oh, we're giving away 4090s." I was like, "What?"
Yeah. Just like boom, boom, boom. How can we support? What can we do? We love you guys.
No, for sure.
Yeah, no one knew that was going to happen. We didn't even really know it was going to happen until like a minute or two before the show. We'd been pushing for it, and then surprise.
Yeah. No, it's going to be fun too if you guys like do another contest like that.
Yeah, it's a whole. We're planning a whole series of it, so it's going to be a bunch of them with like different musicians each time. So.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was really glad to see him on there, and hopefully if you bring in more people, it's going to just be like, I don't know what the word is, but just like I'm blanking on the language right now, but you know what I mean. Just having people like support. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice. We're starting to go down. We're moving into a different era of less hate, more support from big names like that, more adoption into mainstream.
Well, it's really even interesting watching generative fill in Photoshop, and
right?
all of a sudden on TikTok I'm seeing all these photographers like using it, and I'm like, whoa! Like,
it's because they didn't call it AI.
it's film. That's all it is. It's fancy film.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And it's really smart of them. But they've been doing that for years. I mean, so much of Photoshop is AI. They've been implementing AI for years. Before all of this stuff even started, so they just never called it that. And then they were like, well, AI's got a really bad name, so
it's a bit of a curveball. It's a bit of a curveball too, because the fill is coming from the photo that they took, so it's just like, well, it's just filling from what I created, and it's
there's got to be some sort of background. I mean, I don't know, obviously I don't know how it works.
Right. But it's just like you can see it extending what you've made,
Yeah, 100%. But it's also adding stuff. So like it's got to be bringing stuff in. Like when you do, because you can also like be like circle apart and be like put in a Bitcoin, or whatever, and it'll put in a Bitcoin. Or like add a balloon, and it'll add a balloon. So obviously it's using some sort of model system. I mean, it's Adobe, so I'm sure they're saying that it's all, everything is coming from CCO and stuff like that. So
yeah. And then I just got access to Gen 2 today. I haven't gotten to play around with it, but
I mean,
you've been using it for a minute, right?
Yeah, I've had access for a while. I wouldn't say I've been using it. I went through like I don't know. I had like one weekend where I literally just used it for a weekend, and then I was like, I can't do what I want to do with it. But it
I
looks
see.
like it's. I mean, I'm sure they've sort of been updating it as it's gone, so it looks like it's definitely gone through some updates.
Right.
So yeah, it got released publicly today, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And of course, like my feed just like blew up now with all of these Gen 2 creations. And some of them are like, I mean, I fucking love it. I'm doing that talk tomorrow, Coffee, at
What's the talk?
ETC. That thing that you
ETC?
did. Um,
Oh, that's
yeah,
tomorrow.
it's tomorrow
Oh, I
morning at
didn't.
like
Yeah.
9:30.
No, I've just been on like some video jobs lately, so I've been kind of like dealing with deadlines and things that are not AI related.
Dude.
But so you have to give a presentation. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I have to give a presentation
Mm.
tomorrow, I
Oh, but you're
think.
going in person, right?
Yeah, I'm going in person.
Oh
God
yeah.
help
No,
me.
I should write him back because I didn't actually respond.
Oh no. Well, whatever.
But I mean I didn't plan anything with him, so I'm sure he
Yeah,
understands that.
exactly. You're not on the schedule, I can tell you. I see it and you're not listed,
Yeah,
so don't feel bad if you don't show up.
but it's actually interesting because there's like more and more AI events like going on.
Oh yeah, there's tons of them.
Yeah, yeah. Like I
There's
think
tons
there's
of them.
what are they Libsyn right now for some AI stuff?
I'm so jealous. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Coffee and Illustrato were like my best friends, and they're there together, and they sent me a little picture of themselves there together. And I was like,
Yeah, I hope. Yeah, I hope to go to more stuff. I mean, and it's interesting too because there's a lot of international stuff. People are
yeah,
trying to plan out. I was just talking to someone in Paris today, and they're trying to start something up. And so it's like you could do a little AI tour if you had the funds
yeah,
and
you
the time.
could. The funds and
Yeah,
the time. Yeah, I know, right? You'd have to be
right,
able to fly themselves out and all that kind of stuff. I think maybe they got some help going. I don't remember,
right.
to be perfectly honest. But it's really cool because they're there and they're like doing like live uh, prompting and stuff basically they're just sitting and like creating work live during the
Yeah,
event.
yeah. Well, I guess that's sort of what we're gonna attempt to do.
That is sort of what
Today.
we're going to attempt to do. So fuck you, Lisbon.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
We're
You
out
guys
here
had
on
to get on a
Twitch.
plane, take like
Yeah,
a fucking red eye. I just had
yeah.
to walk over here. Eli, I know, I'm jealous too.
Right,
I don't know
right.
if you said, but Black and Illustrata sent me a little picture of themselves, and they were so cute. And it's my birthday tomorrow, and I was like, you guys have to call me and do a
Oh,
FaceTime hangout.
happy birthday,
Thank
early
you. Oh no,
birthday.
wait,
Yeah.
my birthday isn't tomorrow. It's Friday. What day is it? What are we
Well,
doing?
well,
What's
yeah.
happening?
I don't know what it's a day. It's a day out here.
Ed, it is a day. God.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ed, this will be fun. Ed is my writing partner, my new
Oh,
writing
awesome.
partner.
Great.
Not really. It just became it last week when he was helping me with pseudo write. So this week, yeah, we're bullshitting because we haven't talked in a while, and I love coffee. But so I don't know. How do you want to do this, Coffee? Do you want to like? Should I show you what I've been writing, or like
Yeah,
how?
I think
I'm really
so.
curious.
Yeah. Well, I don't really have a plan, which
I
is this
love
is
that.
obviously the best show to do that on.
Yeah.
I think we're just gonna like stumble through. I mean, if I'm being honest in terms of an initial thought, I think I'm probably just gonna stick to Mid Journey for now. I do have
Cool.
Stable Diffusion up, but like it's a little trickier going through all the models and stuff.
No, I'd love it. I'd
Uh,
love to work with Midjourney on this kind of thing. I'd be really interested. I'm interested because you have done such a good job. I've seen a lot of your like story boarding, story building kind of stuff uh, from previous, like when you did that whole thing with that world uh,
oh, right,
and all
right.
that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's not something that I've really attempted to do yet. So should we just like pick a scene and try to like storyboard a scene, or should we?
Yeah, I think so. But there's also the question of like I guess where I was thinking because
Yeah, tell me what you were thinking.
when I kind of hung out when you were kind of going over pseudo right, there was a lot
Mm.
of like character descriptions.
Oh,
So maybe
okay.
I was thinking about that because we could probably generate some character sheets because that's going to be
Ooh,
simpler, I think.
ooh, okay, let's do that then. Okay, so let's go there. Well,
Yeah,
let me open
but
up my pseudo right first, and then we'll.
right, yeah. Because all I remember was sort of you talking about like there's these energy sort of creatures that
Yeah.
possess people, and there was uh
They don't
it's because they
possess
could
them. They don't possess them.
they don't possess them.
We're in a equal exchange. It's not your
Right,
general body snatcher kind of thing. They're not stealing bodies. We
right.
sell them bodies that
Sell them
people who
bodies.
are dead and stuff. It's
Okay,
a it's a thing. But there is a black market, and that
right.
is bad.
And the
But
main purpose was reproduction. Is that it? That they inhabit these bodies, or is
well,
it that they
yes.
can't
So
reproduce?
the the alien beings, right? The energy beings don't have. That's the only way they can live and like interact with the
Mm,
environment and like experience things is like be in physical bodies.
right.
So they go around, they travel around the universe, basically making deals with uh, thousands of different species, being like, hey, we've been around for a long time. We have deals with all these species. We've accumulated all this technology. Like when they came to Earth, right? They were like, yo, like we've been around for a long time. Like we've got all this technology and stuff. Like we'll share with you our technology. We'll do a trade basically. We'll share you all of our technology. You can work
Mm,
with us and like give us access to bodies that we can inhabit, like people who are
right.
brain dead or like people that are, going to die in a year from cancer. And so they like sign up to just like go ahead and give over their bodies early or whatever, that kind of thing.
Mm, right. Right.
And
But do you have some idea of like the characters that you're going to
I
use?
do. I have some
Right.
characters.
Right.
Okay, so I have a good amount of characters, but I have four super main characters.
Four main characters. Right.
Yeah, so let me share consensual body snatching. Exactly, Ed. That's exactly it. So I'll share my screen really quick so we can go over it.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Did I do it? Oh, there we go. Okay, now we're just in the little corner. Okay, so, and I even had Pseudowrite help me, and I was regretting this later because I was like, I probably shouldn't have put so much into the description, but it's a good thing that I did because now
Mm,
we have to work on it. Okay, so this is basically it is a sci-fi, but it's
right.
basically like current day. It's like we're probably in like 2030, like maybe like 30 years from now or something. So it's not like super futuristic or like whatever. It's
Okay.
basically
Okay.
current-esque day, but
Mm,
with like some like hints of sci-fi. So like how would like alien life how would like sort of like this advanced technology kind of start being utilized and that kind of stuff. But we're not talking like Blade Runner or anything like that.
I got you. Yeah. So pretty much present day. Sort of like how Her was a bit sci-fi.
Yes, a lot
Yeah.
like Her. Yes, very much
Right.
so.
So I guess looking at your descriptions, my first question is, how do you envision what a shirk is? Like, can you describe that a bit?
That is true.
Or did you have a thought of even what that looks like?
I don't really think they look like anything. Like when they're moving, like we can't visually see them because they actually move through, like
Oh, okay.
jump to bodies through like a different plane. So when we visually see them, they're just like in people and they just look regular. The only discerning thing about them is that um, there's a tattoo like
Okay.
here-ish because which is going to be impossible to do. Maybe we can do it. Maybe we could do it in Photoshop
Yeah, I also have Photoshop open, so I'm thinking this is going
generative
to be,
fill. I wonder if you
yeah,
can add tattoos. That would
yeah.
be
I'm
interesting.
thinking this is going to be a Mid-Journey Photoshop type of
Yeah.
thing we're going to try.
So
Yeah.
when a body dies, or when a body is basically given to a shirk,
Hmm.
they tattoo it, so that the government can keep tracks of it, basically, so they know that
Right.
okay, this is a body that's been given to a shirk.
Now,
So
is the tattoo unique, or is it just like a mark?
it's like a barcode, is the way I envisioned it.
Oh, okay, so it
You
is.
know,
Oh, okay,
because
barcode.
it's
All right.
basically now the body is a product.
Okay.
You know,
And is it safe to say all these four characters are just human looking?
They are
essentially?
all very human looking, and the only one that is so Sarah is human looking, but she will probably, which interesting, is we could do her as a Shirk though. Well, no, because she's not going to have the tattoo. Yeah, so we don't actually have a tattoo on anybody, but maybe we'll do one just to see if we can.
Mm.
I don't think. Oh, Kira is one. She might have a tattoo on her. Oh, Julian. Duh. Never mind. Julian is a Shirk. So he's human looking. Now I do. I think they tend to be a little bit more attractive just because like they're picking their bodies, you know what I mean? Like they're going
It's a bit altered carbon, right? Like,
It's very altered carbon. It's very
right.
altered carbon. It's very
Yeah,
much like
yeah.
that.
No, I get you. I get you.
There's even an aspect of like the richer Shirks being able to like have multiple bodies and such like that. So it's very altered carbon like that.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So the Shirks have money and possessions. Is that how that is?
yeah, because they basically have like a society of their own that they have been nurturing, you know, or whatever for thousands upon thousands of years as they move through the solar system. And they're like their society like branches through thousands of different cultures because they are like integrating themselves into all of these different cultures throughout the solar system.
Hmm. Okay.
So, and you know, you get like sort of different sects because of that, and like sex as in SECTS,
Yeah. Gotcha.
um, like there's a planet that's I could go into it. There's like, there's a planet that's like mostly like kind of like tree-esque life forms, and uh more like sects that are more like monkish and like want like that sort of experience will go and live there, you know what I mean? And they have kind of their own sort of like culture around that. Whereas like humans, especially, it's kind of more like your fast, fun loving kind of Shirks mainly who might come here because we have like a very emotional, vibrant, like experience. Our bodies are able to like experience the world very emotionally in kind of like a really vibrant way. And like, so it just like
Hmm.
depends on sort of like what they want. But, Shirks that might not be as high up probably they don't have as much choice. They can't like jump around. They can't, enjoy themselves in that way. I mean, Julian is like a scientist in the government, like they have a government, like that's how they come and they talk to us. And yeah, so that they have a whole system within themselves.
Right. Right. Okay.
Right. Like, right. That makes no sense. Right.
No,
Or
no, no.
it's,
I get you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I think if we start out with character sheets, I think
yeah.
we can just kind of play around with what these characters look like, and then
Yeah.
from there
Well,
attempt
then
to build the scene.
stop asking me to talk about it because I will just talk about it forever. Okay. Let's just do it the character sheet. Great. Let's make Cass. Okay. So I'll read it out so everyone can see. She's the main character. She
Hmm.
doesn't actually look like this for very long. She only looks like this in the first chapter because she ends up dying, obviously, and then she jumps. But the body she's been born into is, I guess she's 5'5", a
Hmm.
lot like me. But she's got short blonde hair and she's an athletic build. So basically, she's a government agent, like think like FBI, CIA kind of thing. I think she is like, I mean, she's attractive, but not like stunningly attractive. She's not out. She doesn't like wear makeup. She's more of an introvert. She's just somebody who's more like about their job. Maybe kind of
Like
like,
serious. Yeah.
yeah, she's serious. Yeah, she's more serious. She had a hard life. Like, have you seen oh, what's it called? That The Killing.
The Killing. No, I
It's an
haven't.
old AMC show. Anyway,
No.
there's basically like the main character in that is pseudo similar. Not quite much. She's maybe a little bit more serious than that. So yeah, short blonde hair, athletic build. probably just wears like t-shirts, isn't really like, she's just about her job and her work. And
Would you by the way, I'm already prompting stuff. I don't know
ooh,
if
I
you can
should
you can
share.
see my, yeah, and of course obviously if you're prompting anything too.
I'm not
But
prompting anything. I'm waiting for you. Ooh, okay, here we go.
yeah, so I think my first question from this is sort of
Yeah,
like, do we, well, it's interesting, right? Because we have to make sure it's not cartoony.
right.
So if
Don't
you
want
look
a
at my,
cartoony.
yeah, so to kind of prevent that, you can see my negative prompt. I just put no cartoon, and down here I'm going further with no cartoon, no anime,
Yeah.
to kind of keep it. And you can kind of see from my prompt, I'm going character sheet with a description, and I just threw in concept art speed painting for like a particular look.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever used character sheet in a prompt, but it makes these
mm-mm.
kind of like, yeah, it kind of does
Very
these sort
interesting.
of, yeah, it gives that like, video game behind the scenes
Yeah,
concept art
yeah.
type of thing. So from this, I'm kind of thinking like, all right, like, is she more of a tomboy or is it like sexy short hair type of a
That's
thing?
what I was going to say. I think the hair is too stylish.
Too stylish. Okay. You think it's a buzz cut? That's probably too short, right?
Might be a little too short for a buzz cut, but like, yeah, it's right now it's doing the, I mean, I used to have this haircut. It fucking rocks. But right now it's doing like, yeah, like the cool kind of like sexy, like undercut, sweep, swooshed kind of thing.
Yeah.
Uh, and it's definitely more like tomboyish, I think.
Okay. Let me think about how I
We'll
would
see if we can
describe
do
it.
it. It's going to be hard, and it's going to be
Yeah,
hard.
yeah.
Midjourney likes
Mm.
to make us sexy. I understand.
Yeah. Giving her some Karen hairstyles, no less.
Yeah.
Let me think. How would I even describe it? Hmm. Short blonde hair.
Short bun, maybe maybe like boy cut. Might
Yeah,
make it
why
a
not?
boy.
Yeah, let's see. Boy cut. And I'll just throw in oops. I guess we'll just add no man to the negative.
Hmm.
Um, we'll see what happens there. And how do you? Well, you mentioned T-shirts. Like this is probably. Oh, you see mine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
this is
might be
probably a little too.
concept art, so it starts to go like fantasy-esque,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Maybe if I put a year, like if I put 2010 or something,
Maybe.
it'll have some thoughts on that. Let's see. So I'm just basically copy pasting it, so I don't have
Yes.
to retype.
Ed. That is the actress I'm thinking of, except she's a redhead. But yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking of.
Let's see.
Yeah, it really wants to give her that cool sci-fi like haircut that they have. Yeah, I totally see why.
Oh, maybe if I put character sheet. I'll put tomboy. Let's see what that
Yeah,
does.
tomboy.
Short black hair. Okay, we'll go ahead and you. This will be interesting. I'll just jump in right here. So the only thing is like, let me see how this works. So if I if I change what I'm sharing, will it automatically change, or do you have to also change stuff on your end? If I
It
jump
depends
in
on
with
how
it,
you're sharing it. Are you sharing a screen or are you sharing just the window? If you're sharing just
oh,
the window,
just
I won't see it. Oh, okay. I lost it.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine.
So like, I guess if I went in here and I shared,
And then I
was it a
can
shot?
pull that up. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I'm
which
just
is
gonna
fine.
grab. Oh, wait, let me see. What do I do? I gotta copy, and then oh wait, that's not the right size. Is this one?
You in beta?
Yeah, I'm in beta, so I mean, just for the hell of it, I'm kind of curious what's gonna happen if I extend it with a blank prompt.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Yeah,
You know
hopefully.
what's kind of really interesting about this? That would be
What's
so
that?
cool, and I don't know how we would do it, is because the main character is basically two people. Because she's her, the
Oh,
blonde woman, right, who she is in the beginning, and then she gets killed and she jumps into the body of the other girl. And then it's like the other girl's consciousness is still kind of in there. So she's like both herself and this other
oh,
woman.
So there's like a split situation
So
going
it's
on.
almost like a split situation, which this like picture almost makes me think of, except for obviously it's duplicated itself. I wonder if he like
Yeah.
went over the face and told it to, yeah, it doesn't really know how to.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna play around with it.
We're gonna play. We're gonna play. We're gonna play.
Yeah, yeah. Look at
Oh, that's it.
that. Oh, that's not bad right there.
Oh, that's close.
Yeah,
It just
obviously
needs to
they're
be the opposite direction where because
right.
the first one's on top and it should be the other one
Yeah,
should be on top. But
yeah,
that's
that's
pretty
pretty cool.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
I guess
cool
we could
though.
just stick to Mid-Journey for now and maybe
Yeah.
nail down the hair and kind of get in there more.
Yeah.
Let me just roll
I
into
have not seen that movie, Ed. Is it basically the movie I'm talking about? Or
The Hidden.
this what I'm talking about? There's never any new idea. You know that. This is that top left, that top right one, I feel like is the closest we've gotten. Just because she
This one?
looks like, I like her like serious look. I mean, she's still a little too pretty, but whatever. What are you gonna do?
Well, you know what? I wonder if because this is giving me a little. I'm forgetting her name from Terminator 2. Um, but you know what I'm talking about, right? The mother from Terminator 2.
Uh, yeah, but I'm terrible at pulling actors' names.
Linda, was it Linda Hamilton?
Yeah, yes,
Yeah. And now I'm just thinking, what was her hair like? Oh, she had long hair there. It was more of like a ponytail kind of thing.
yeah.
Oops. But okay, well, we got this. Let me think. I want to describe.
Um, but again, like that hair is all, it looks less fancy, but also I think I just liked her face a little bit the best.
Right.
I
I
wonder
wonder.
if we'll have to go into like photorealism in order to get away from it.
I mean, I could certainly try that and see what the effect ends up
Yeah, I
being.
mean that lower right one, the hair is actually closer too, but the face isn't as close
Oh, that
because
one.
it's kind of like not very fancy. It's
Yeah,
very
yeah,
like it looks like she cut it herself and then like put it up in a ponytail. I feel that that's
right.
how I do it.
Let me throw in some. Let's see.
Ooh, that top because that top one you won. I
Which
like
one?
how
Left or right?
you won.
Oh, you
So
won.
left. She looks
Yeah,
more like a little beefier, a little like
right.
slightly more
And you like
masculine.
more? Okay, yeah, tougher, right?
Yeah, tougher.
Okay, so we have that. Although some of these other images are like, what's this?
Yeah, Linda
But
Hamilton.
let me kind of pump up the masculinity.
That
So
does have
maybe
Charlize vibes.
yeah, maybe if I have a character sheet of military woman,
Hmm.
maybe I'll put tough or something like that.
Yeah.
Tough
And the hair
military
is
woman.
kind of cool, but it's like doesn't look stylized. So at least it looks like it's just kind of like that's the cut, but it's not whatever.
Right,
God, it's such a
right.
good haircut, guys. I used to have it. I know.
Let's see. Powerful, I guess maybe. Put that.
Powerful. Yeah.
2000s. I wonder if the 2000s did something for it. But let me drop the. Well, I'll keep the. Well, okay, I'll keep chaos a little lower. And yeah, we'll play with that. And I'll throw in maybe full body one. See if we can start thinking about like their
Hmm.
styling a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's see. There she's a military woman, green eyes, fatigues, I guess.
Or maybe you can do the body with Photoshop. I don't know.
Sometimes Photoshop is incredible, and then sometimes it gives you two random dudes.
Yeah, I've actually never tried to build out a character, like a body with Photoshop.
I mean, it was really funny because the first day I ever had it, I was actually with a group of friends, and my friend was a photographer, and he had this close-up shot of a woman, and he
Hmm.
was like, "Can you give her a wedding dress?" I was like, "I don't
Yeah.
know," and it made one, and then it was
Yeah.
funny because another friend was like, "Oh, can you add a husband?"
Yeah.
And we just typed "add husband," and it made
Made
husbands
one.
for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, what do you think of these? These are kind of interesting.
These are
I
pretty
mean, so
good. It's a little
yeah,
too military-esque.
too military-esque, right? But it's kind of the
You know, she's
vibe,
not
right?
walking around in her military, in her sci-fi military suit. But
What
yeah,
what's some of her well, Cass, is she so part is she's not all shirk, right? Like there's still some
she's
elements of
half shirk, so she's human shirk, but you can't tell. She just looks like a person.
right. So then I guess part of my question is like once a shirk is in the body, is the shirk the
Ooh.
only backstory to that body? Or is there anything from who that person was that contributes to, you know what I'm saying? Like
Sorry, I was distracted by what IC3 was saying. Say it again.
so it, the like cast, right? Is she
Yeah.
totally just the personality of the shirk, or is there anything from the body's past that?
Yeah, so her thing is she is a shirk, but she doesn't know she's a shirk. So her mom was a shirk who was inhabiting a human body, and her dad was a human, and they did the nasty. And her mom got pregnant, and it's actually is a whole thing about, you know, it's very Battlestar Galactica of like their ancestry actually comes from like humanity or whatever, but they didn't know that. So they never thought that they could reproduce. So she's like the first uh, instance where a shirk inhabiting a body of their host has been able to like reproduce.
Mhm.
And so they kept it hush hush. And then, of course, like her parents were murdered in the beginning of the book. And so she just thought that um, she just thought that she was like a human who had been like adopted by her parents. And that's all that she knew about herself. Right. But what it turns out is that she actually she's a human, but she now has the ability to basically do what the shirks do, which is like, so when she is killed in chapter 1, her like essence or her soul that makes her like her shirk part herself jumps
Mhm.
into like another body the way that they can do or whatever. But she
Right.
didn't know that she could do it. Like, so she just like thinks she's dead, and then she wakes up and she's like in this other body. And then when she's in the other body, that's when you get kind of like the split.
Right, right. And so the body
Semi-split
she jumps the body she jumps into still has some of the character traits of that person,
of
right?
the original. Yeah, I mean, it looks like the original person. Yeah, the
Right.
original girl. That's Sarah. So that's a different character. So the way that they visually look is basically the same. Like this blonde body we only have in chapter 1, and then she's dead.
Oh, I got you. I
Gone.
got you. Yeah. And so
No.
this character is okay. I get you. And so, all right. Well, let's see. Me, because I took screenshots of your character description, so I'm just looking at them now.
Thanks, Icy Through. And yes, it's similar to the host. Similar to a
The
lot of
host.
things.
What? Which? I feel like there's a couple movies called The Host, isn't there?
There is a movie called The Host. It was a Stephanie Meyer book
Mm,
about a body snatcher alien thing. End of the
okay.
world body snatcher alien. See, the difference between mine, it's not the end of the world, guys. It's a good thing. We're
Wait,
not that happy about it, but it's
wasn't the host with what's her name?
I don't know who
Tom.
played it. I didn't watch it.
Oh, I didn't see it either, but I think it was
I
with
did
Tom
read the
Cruise's
book.
ex-wife. Um, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Um, let me just see. This last one looks a little like it's going to be Forest Park Ranger a bit.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
pseudo like that, I see, where because what they have to do usually is they have to like sort of clean out the bodies of
Hmm.
like the human soul before they jump in, but because she like jumps into a body that's not fully cleaned out, they're still ooh, yeah, like that top left, I
Top
feel
left.
like.
Yeah, and it's interesting
So
with
you
something like
too.
so. One of the tricky things I think is I'm using chaos, right?
Oh,
So
interesting.
it's not really like, for example, if we like this hairstyle, it's almost like how do we describe? Well, I guess I could save it and then put it back into the describe feature,
Yeah, maybe
uh,
do that.
and then just see sort of what it thinks the hairstyle is.
Yeah.
I mean, these are all kind of similar hairstyles, right? I mean, don't
Yeah,
you
they are
think this?
similar. So what did you say?
I was pretty ambiguous.
FBI maybe.
Yeah. So for now, I'm gonna just scale this one up. This U1, and then maybe let me see if this is a fast way to use the scribe here. Can I just drag this in there? All right. Maybe I have to save it separately. Okay. How do I do this? Okay. So then I just drag it to a browser and I drag it back. Okay. And then I
Yeah.
guess let's see how Midjourney would describe it. I mean, already this is interesting because I've literally never done this. Like, sit down with someone and try to make something together.
Yeah.
Have you had this experience before? Have you tried this?
No, I haven't tried this before.
Okay, so.
Well, I've tried to make something for somebody else before, but I've never had somebody try to make it for
me. Yeah, so I guess for now I'm just gonna turn all these on and just sort of see what these variations produce.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go back and also read like what it's describing.
Done it with a group. That is fun.
Who's done it with the group? Oh,
I see through.
Yeah, yeah. What was that experience like? I see through. Like, what were you trying to make with the group?
Just like a jam session. So did you guys like give each other instructions and then try to do each of the instructions that you guys gave them? Oh, look at that awful hat it added.
I love that it added. But you know what's funny? Because Describe is so unpredictable. So like.
Oh, okay. And then everybody had to do it. That's fun. One person tasked them with a specific to make something specific, and they all did it. Sorry, continue. What were you saying, Coffee?
No, but I love like we see this image, right? And somehow this relates to Dino Punk. I don't know how it relates to Dino Punk.
Yeah, it's always so bizarre. Honestly, all of those pictures look like strippers to me.
Yeah, it has definitely a stripper, but whoa!
What?
Oh, that's intense. Like
okay, that's bizarre.
This feels like concept art for a different project, but it's shocking that it would make this.
Yeah.
You know
what is that?
Actress from the Scream movies, HD in the style of Sasha Goldberg. Ranger Corps.
Ranger Corps. But he loves just doing random like word core things, I feel like.
Yeah. So it doesn't seem like this.
Wow, that's bizarro.
Adam Hicks. Okay. So it's a little tough in that I'm not like none of these really are trying to explain her hair.
Yeah.
Although this is kind of close. So yeah. I guess that's the thing is like if we discover concept art through here, it's sort of like how do we keep iterating on it?
Yeah. How do we keep that same hairstyle, especially because the hairstyle is so important?
Yeah. So I think for now, maybe let's bookmark some of the images you like. So I'll just keep them around. Right. So this is too pretty.
Yeah.
These are a little too pixie pretty still.
Yeah, too pixie pretty.
Did any of these feel kind of like a little better or still not?
No, not really.
Okay. Same with this. It's not really there.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's sort of starting here.
That one started there, yeah. With that upper
right.
right one. Sorry, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then we made another one that we liked even better because it made her look a little bit more just tough, masculine.
Right. I got these. The uniform
probably the closest so far, and then
yeah. What about?
Can we photoize that one?
Which one? This one?
That one, yeah.
Yeah. So let's try that. I'll put let's attempt this photo of that.
That might be a good idea too. We'll try to do a photorealism and then do the concept art version of it.
Photorealistic, and then the usual.
Yeah. We could try that. I see through made a suggestion where we try to make a photoreal version of her and then use that as like an input for the concept art look because we might be able to get the hair better with a photoreal version.
Yeah, even these are a little more photoreal. I can see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me try and rewrite prompt. Funny, this is probably the most public I've been with.
It's like a little nerve-wracking, isn't it? When I first started doing it, I was like, I feel like I'm like naked. I don't know. This is like
Photo of I'll put tough FBI woman 35. Maybe short, blonde, boyish hair.
boyish hair.
Okay.
Yeah, I could try boyish.
Yeah. Full body poses.
Use as like a input. Yeah.
Two stuff. Well, we'll find out.
Well, yeah. Take out the character sheet and concept art stuff. If there's
Yeah.
anything in there, can't read it.
Yeah, and let me just copy paste.
Yeah, let's try that.
Yeah, so it didn't do like the greatest job.
Yeah.
Like we got a little Teen Wolf.
I found that
situation.
V5, like when you do the rerun and change something in it, it like does not do as good a job.
A
Like
V5 or 5.1 or both.
both.
I see. Yeah.
I don't know. That's something I've noticed. Are we getting into Eddie Redmayne? Okay. Almost looked like Eddie Redmayne for a second.
Let me rerun this. I think I didn't put in the negative prompt for glasses, so she doesn't come across too cool. So to speak.
Yeah, no sunglasses. That's close though. That bottom, I mean, she's a little young.
Yeah, it's got a little Keira Knightley in there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This looks like the T1000.
Yeah.
This is super androgynous. That's really
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, yeah. But she should be bigger too, right?
Yeah, she should be bigger. She's too like pixie.
Too pixie. Okay, maybe let's.
I mean,
Put
she's not
in,
huge, but you know, she can like.
Right, right. All right. Let's go in. Let's go a little overboard. So I'll put muscular, and we'll
Yeah,
see.
but muscular. See what happens. Can you make? How did you make them older? She's like 12 in all these pictures.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Well, let me. Let's put muscular.
there's some good ones. Goodish ones.
Muscular. I'll put. Well, we'll see how 30 years
30.
old.
They don't know what a 30-year-old woman looks like. Let me tell you. They know what a 21-year-old and what a 65-year-old woman looks like.
This looks like, high school intern.
Yeah, yeah. The bottom right is probably the closest, but she still is like 12 years old.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of.
That's true. We can expand on the cons when we use it as a concept. If we're just trying to get the look of the hair or just get like a character look, and then we can expand out using it as like an input or something.
Okay, I'm gonna go a little harder and do. I mean, she looks a little older, but not much. I'm gonna go ahead and put middle aged, like really push.
I think you can take off the uniform maybe. I wonder if we put the uniform if it'll if we end up using it, if it'll always like pull a uniform. I don't really want her in a uniform. She's an agent, she's not like.
Yeah.
She's not a beat cop. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What about should we try and add like a little more flavor with the background? Like do you have any thoughts on that? Like what the setting might be for, like, I know it's modern day, but is there like a particular country or a particular,
like how would I think of it? What would be the best way to like capture her in a moment? That would really, because that says a lot, I think, about what you're portraying, because it's also in the end you also kind of want all of them to have sort of the same look, so you almost have to pick like a style or like the style or the feel of the film itself, right? So it would be like
I forget, does can you emphasize words in Midjourney? I know you do that in Stable Diffusion, but
I don't think you can.
Okay.
Like weight it? I don't think you can weight.
Yeah.
You used to be able to, so maybe you can.
Can
you weight
photo
I see through?
Older,
I don't know.
Middle
in
aged
Midjourney.
FBI woman with blue eyes. Muscular. I'm gonna put grim. Maybe that'll do something. And I'm gonna
I
push
don't know.
chaos.
I see through is saying too. Oh, right. You can. Can you do that in
Yeah.
V5 now? So remember, it's like it's colon colon, and then you put like a number.
Okay. I'll just do that to a new prompt while this one's sort of loading.
Yeah. So the style, I think. It's like a dark comedy, you know? So it's like, yeah. So colon colon 2 would give it more weight. Everything defaults at 1. So it should be a little dark and stylized, I feel like.
Yeah. Let me push this one sort of casting image through, and then do this again. Hopefully, this colon 2 does something.
This is
Um,
interesting. I like. Did you put headshots? Because they all look like headshots now.
that one, this totally looks like a headshot,
Yeah,
right? She's starting to look older. It's like I
she
really had to
is.
emphasize. Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
a little too old, but yeah, that one's she's close. Yeah, that one is
How do you
pretty
feel about this
close.
one? This one's pretty good, right?
It's pretty good. She's a little young, but we could also build off of it. I feel like.
Right, right. Let me see. Now this is interesting, right? Like how? Okay, let me
Yeah.
middle age. What if I just put old? Like it's gonna be too much, I think. But
Yeah, it's gonna
it's
make her
funny.
too old. I already saw some of the other ones coming through.
Oh,
She's
that's
too
way too
old.
old. Yeah, yeah. But I did put high chaos on that one.
Yeah,
So
it's true. You want a headshot when you're doing like an input image. I feel like it's very true. So getting like a headshot is good.
let me put dramatic action movie. Let's see what the hell that does. Like you're kind of
That's
aiming for.
close though. That like feel though,
Which one?
like the one you just clicked on, the feel of all of those photos, like the style of all of those photos is like very on par for what I'm thinking. I
Okay.
actually really like that bottom right one, but she might be a little too old.
Right. Right.
But
Well,
like,
for
yeah, kind of dark, kind of like uh a little gritty.
bring the chaos thing.
Oh yeah, maybe grab the seed of that one. That's not a bad idea.
Now, how do you grab the seed of these?
You hit on you hit the envelope. So you go to like the little double dot, 3 dots or something.
The three.
Like as if you're gonna reply. Oh, where is it? Maybe it's in the emoji reaction. Yeah, go to the emoji reaction thing. So go back, not the 3 dots.
Not the three dots.
It's the little one of the little emoji. Yeah, add reaction.
Add reaction.
Yeah, and then there's should be like an envelope, right? Oh, it's not there.
Okay.
Is he clicking the right thing I see through? Click click the other one next to it. The other little emoji. Yeah, why
Super
isn't the
reaction.
little there should be like a little envelope emoji. So search envelope. Yeah, the first one, I think, is what you do. And if you just hit that, then it
Get nitro. I mean, it looks like it's just an emoji.
what? Don't want nitro. It should like create a new message for you that gives you the seed. There it is.
What?
See, look above that image that you're on right now. It says the seed.
Oh, oh, that's interesting. So did that just do that from putting the envelope?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know about this. Okay. Um. All right. So we have the seed. Um.
And then you just add that to your prompt with like a dat, like the same way you do like aspect ratio. You do like two little whatever you call them, and then you do seed, I think, and then you just yeah.
Yeah. Do we know is it dash dash seed? I guess.
Yeah, I think it's dash dash seed.
Well, let's actually just try it real quick. As like, see if we can get the same image or similar. See if that does anything wacky.
Yeah, and so then we could change some things about her, and then maybe it'll keep that same style, maybe. Like, how old did you have her be?
I just put well, let's see. This is too old, but I put middle age 2. I love how it added this gun.
That
She's
was in
got a
the first
headgun.
one. The first run of that image was middle aged.
Oh yeah, it was middle age 2 too. Right. Um,
Middle aged juice. Maybe take the 2 off of it and run it again with the same seed and see what happens.
yeah, let's see how that looks. Um,
Oh, this is getting kind of closer.
oh, like this upper left one.
Yeah,
Okay, let's expand on
I like
and
that. I like that a lot. She's a little older, a little young, but I
right.
like the hair.
Well, let's start with that. So okay,
That is on point for the hair.
so apparently if I envelope it,
Yeah, you can get the seed.
that's so that's so unintuitive. Like I would never think
I
to have an
know.
envelope. It's like
Yeah.
a secret. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to make a thread like top secret tips for
Yeah.
Lead Journey.
This is literally almost her. I would just want her face to be a little less anorexic.
Okay. Let's see. So that's the prompt. This is the seed. Okay. Okay, I guess it's the same seed.
Hi, you want to come up?
Now, where would we go from here? Well, maybe I pull
We
down
could
the
try changing some things in the prompts, and then we could also maybe try using it as like an init and see what happens.
like this as a describe almost, or do you think as
Well, like as a blend, but it's only one
a
image.
blend?
So like you can use it as you can use an image in your prompt. Have you ever done that before?
I haven't actually blended yet.
We should try.
Yeah. Well, what if you tried to make some backgrounds? The only thing is like, could you send me something? Like,
Not through
like,
Restream, but I could send it through you on like.
could you just DM me on Discord potentially?
Yeah, I could hit you up on Discord.
So,
She
but that's
does
gonna
look a
be
bit like Anne Heche. You're right. Yeah,
so
very
this.
Anne Heche vibe. I can see that.
So, I'm gonna keep working on this, but it might be
I mean, I
interesting
don't
if.
hate that background.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
I
But
really
like
don't
maybe if
hate
you.
anything about this picture, to be perfectly honest, other than her face.
Okay. But if we if we did want to blend something, I guess it's like, could you make some images on your end and then DM me, and then we could try to, or I can DM you
Yeah.
this, and then you
DM
can
me
blend
this,
it.
and I'll try to do the. She
Yeah.
was rocking that haircut for a long time, and Heche was.
Let me just do this one last prompt. I'm gonna give her some muscle. So
Yeah, so I can do it, and then I can show. We can run it through once, so you can see how you do kind of like a blend thing. I can show you how you do that.
I'll write big. Maybe big will do something. Um, and all right, let's go with that. Okay, so then it's like now we're gonna see how much I don't know Discord. How do I say
Oh
this?
no, that's fine. Don't worry about it. I don't even know if we're friends. You're gonna have to friend me.
Yeah. So.
If you go to, I think if you search up at the top, yeah, find people, and then what am I? I think I'm just Omli.
Find people like here.
Yeah, so type AMLI. Oh no.
Is this for people or like channels?
Oh, maybe that's
It's
for
like
channels. I'm having
yeah.
a hard time.
Let's see.
No, find or start a conversation. What's your name on it? What's your name on it?
I'm just CoffeeVectors.
Oh, you're CoffeeVector.
Yeah. So maybe if you friend me.
Oh no, this is searching. Guys, neither of us know how to do it. It's really embarrassing. Okay, add friend. Okay, I'm going to do it. Coffee vectors. Nope, that's not how you do it. You have to like search it, and I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, let's see. Invite tracker. Is it just this raw search? It can't be.
This is my.
Add friends.
That's my full.
Gotcha.
Thing. I sent it in the private chat.
Yeah, I see that. I guess this is.
What happens if you search?
Just look this up. That's probably not right. Hey, this is what the stream's about.
This is what the stream's about. How to deal with Discord. How not to let Discord kill you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, before AI,
Send me
I
your
never used
thing.
Discord.
It's CoffeeVectors, but it's got to have some like, whoa, it made her into a dude. We don't want that.
Yeah, she's too tough. I think it's really.
What's your little number afterwards? Yeah, copy that. It's really, you don't even have a number? Are you that fancy?
I don't. Wait, let me see. Copy user ID. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
No, it's just raw numbers. The user ID.
Oh yeah, that's not what I want.
Yeah. No, it just says coffee. Well, like when you go to your profile at the bottom, is it like your name, and then beneath that is that Omni number?
Yeah.
0. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, mine just says CoffeeVectors. Can you find me?
Let me see. Let me jump into Midjourney and search for you there. Can we like?
Oh,
no,
you need to find people by Discord ID?
Okay, I found you.
On Discord?
Yeah, hold on, let me.
Okay.
Oh my God. Send a friend request. I sent a friend request. You know what I wonder if we can do? If we can like
Hey, there you go.
Make a little
wave to you. Okay.
So hold on, I'm gonna do something. I sent you an invite to a channel that is like a Midjourney channel that I have with a Midjourney bot, and then we could just use the same one.
Yeah. Are you seeing my screen? I'm running into some kind of error.
Oh, what happened?
I'm just getting what you're seeing. Do you see it says messages failed to load, and I don't see. Yeah, I see on this server. Interesting.
Maybe it's because I didn't make it public. Maybe I have to do something to that first. I mean, we don't have to do this either. We can just.
Well, I think we're sort of exploring the different ways we could just be in the same spot.
Yeah, view the same, interact with the same little thing.
Right. First, let me at least grab this. So at the very least, I'm going to send this to you.
Yeah, send that to me, and then let me. I'll share my screen maybe.
I guess I have to save this. Hold on, save it.
Window. Oh no, let me share my little Discord.
Okay, you have that in your DM?
Oh, I died. I exited out of Discord by accident. Okay, yes, I got the DM. Okay, so great. So I am going to, oops, that's not what I want to do.
I guess I could attempt to invite you to a server too.
Yeah.
But let's see.
What happens if I No. Okay, this might be fun. So I'm the one above me, and you're the one above you.
Okay. I think I sent you an invite to an MJ server that I have.
Oh.
I don't know if you got anything, or if
I
you're
don't
going to
think
run
I
into
got
this.
anything.
It should be in your DM. Like I see this here. Oh, well, I don't know if you see what
I'm in your DM. Oh, join. Hey.
Okay, so.
Dun, 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 dun.
So then, can you make stuff in here too, just on your end?
I think so. So. Oh yeah. Sweet.
Oh, this is useful. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Okay. Cool. I guess the only thing is we sort of lost the stuff we already made, but we could start on a new character if we want to. Maybe that's a good way to. Do we want to try a guy? Maybe like Henry or Julian.
Yeah, we can try Henry or Julian. Julian's going to be super easy. We can basically just use both for it. But yes. But I do want to do one thing before we start that. So I want to I want to show you how to do like use an image in your prompt. Oh, what?
What's that?
I don't know what this is. Add, upload file. I don't think I downloaded this properly.
Oh, the thing I just sent you?
Yeah, so the image that you sent me, save image. Save. What you're supposed to be able to do is just like load it when you say like upload an image. Open. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to send it. Okay, so now it's in there. And then you click it and you hit open in browser. You're not seeing that.
Yeah.
I don't think. And then you copy the browser URL and we just go like imagine. And then I'll put this. And then I'll put like a really bad prompt after it. But so it's using that image as part of the prompt.
Okay.
And then if you wanted to blend it, it's even easier. You just hit /blend and you just like put two images in there. But let's see if it even like picks up the things about that image to do it.
So just out of curiosity, since we're both in this room,
should have used this that I see through sent.
Yeah. So just curious, like, since we're both in here, is this using up your fast hours when you're prompting it?
It's probably using up I don't know, actually. That's a really good question. Well, I think it's doing both of ours individually, the same way it would.
Yeah. Well, I guess.
Yeah, it uses mine.
Okay.
The same way it would if I was in Midjourney, you know?
Right. Like if you're in a common channel, like it's not gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. No, so this is really interesting. I could see doing more collabs like this with people, just being in like a Discord channel and just being
for sure.
I love how a little effeminate this guy is, just slightly.
Yeah. I love how FBI agent just made it like a dude. That's cool though, whatever.
Yeah. Maybe it needs.
That's cool, Midjourney. Whatever.
If I wanted to iterate on this, would I just copy paste? Well, I guess I'll find out. So maybe if we do.
Yeah, copy paste that little. Oop.
And we'll do no man. And guess let's keep the aspect ratio 16:9. A little chaos in there. And
how much chaos do you usually throw in?
I kind of default to 25. And because when you get to 50, it starts going way off. Sometimes I want that. And 10, it's like you don't really notice too much.
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, I already had this. So, no man, gray hair. We'll get rid of that too. And
I'm just gonna make it 2. Cropped short blonde hair. That's a good one. I see through. Good.
Starling. Who's that?
Yeah, we need to do FBI female agents for sure.
These are interesting, the ones you're making.
Yeah.
Something fascinating in that. Oh, right, because we put energy being.
That's I see through's prompt.
Look at it. We're collaborating with a third person. Look at
I know. I like that.
All right. So, what do you think of if we do some quick casting on Henry? And then maybe from there we could try to put them in a scene together?
Yeah, because we have a pretty close one. I think this one I just made this top left one where it's like she's like right by a hallway. This top left one, I think that's very close to her. Okay. I like how it's actually YouTube. No, top right. I'm sorry, top right one.
Top right. Okay.
I like how she's got, she doesn't have. It's a very whatchamacallit. Oh my God, from that French actress looks very much like her.
I probably don't know. But okay.
Batman. I mean, she's been in a lot of better things, but she was in the Batman with Bane in it. What's her name? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Right, but that's pretty darn close. I would be happy with that casting.
Okay, great.
Marion. Yes, Ed. Thank you. Marion.
So it's pretty interesting that, the concept art, we're starting with it from a photoreal perspective.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. But that's the funny thing about AI, right? Like, our concept art is photography,
yeah, I think so. And I think the problem with concept art, when you put concept art in, is it flows to fantasy very quickly. Yeah, and you get that fantasy look. Right. So it's like, how do you do a sketch, like a concept art sketch kind of thing like that isn't immediately putting them in like, like tight leather armor and stuff. You know what I mean? Like.
All right. So we got Henry.
This is her. Great. Okay, let's do Henry. He's easy.
Warm brown eyes.
I don't really have much of a vision of Henry.
Right.
Just like a semi-attractive dude with brown hair.
Yeah.
Serious dude. He's pretty serious. He's probably more serious than she is. Little. Actually, I know exactly who he is.
Let me just refer back to these postures. I wonder if keeping the same scene is going to be a good idea for a different character. Guess we'll find out.
Maybe.
Okay, so photo of how old is he, you think?
They're right around 30. They're like a little younger than 30, like late 20s.
Photo middle age.
30 is not middle aged, but you kind of have to say it.
Yeah. We'll put handsome man with brown eyes.
I think he's got brown hair too.
Let's put tall, brown hair.
It's very dry. He has a sense of humor, but it's very dry.
Lean build, sandy brown hair, short crop hair. Okay. short. Let's see. Short. Short crop brown hair. Full body poses. He's not a tomboy. We'll keep Terminator in there. See what's up.
I think it's darker complexion though.
Darker complexion. Okay.
Like think like more like
is he ethnicity, you think? Or
yeah, like who am I thinking of?
I'll put brown skin. That seemed reasonable.
Well, it's not exactly brown. It's more like you know, his Middle Eastern or.
Let's start with this, and then we can iterate from here.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll just throw that in there with the same seed as what we have. And then.
Gosh, who's that kid from the night from the. Yeah, no, not him.
Okay, middle age.
Too old, making him way too old. Ooh, yeah. Creepy, making him into a little pedo.
We'll put handsome man. This guy's not too.
I bet if you put Egyptian, it would make it like.
Egyptian, gotcha.
So yeah.
This, and then we'll throw handsome Egyptian.
Omar Sharif. That's what I'm thinking of.
Omar Sharif. I wonder if we could just type that in and just see what it gets.
Maybe.
Omar Sharif.
His eyes are a little too big, but.
Yeah. Let's just type in Omar Sharif. See what the hell happens.
Yeah, it's an old actor. He's an old-timey actor. So
this has got a little Zoolander kind of vibe going on. The little blue steel.
A little blue steel happening. Yeah, a little too. Yeah, 30 is not middle-aged.
That's a good tip with ICs, with using.
Oh, what did he say? To use duos in a scene that generative fill is perfect for. Put the two individual photos on Photoshop, let it fill in the space. Oh, that's true. Puts them in the same scene, then you use the photo of them together. That's a great idea. Okay, let's try to do that.
Yeah, and 30 isn't middle-aged. It's just how Midjourney's interpreting the ages is a little really wonky.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you have any feelings about these?
Oh God, no! They all look like they're trying to sex me with their eyeballs.
Too much blue steel. I should put no blue steel.
He's like he's a nice guy. Let's say nice guy. Let's see what happens when I put nice guy in there.
Gotcha. I can soften up some of this.
Yeah, he should be softer.
Like we'll get rid of Terminator.
Yeah.
Let's keep poses for now. Let's get rid of 2000. See what happens there.
Yeah, they all look like they're from the 80s too. Probably because you put Terminator in there.
Yeah. Okay, let's just try this. And we'll try one with nice guy or something like that. Imagine.
Yeah, see what happens when you put nice guy in there. No.
Because he's not like
nice guy.
He's not the same.
He's just a guy. He's just a decent guy trying to do his job. You know what I mean? Like.
Right. What is his job in your view?
He is also an agent. He's just cast as partner.
I'll put gentle, gentle, handsome man. Let me erase dark complexion.
Gentle, handsome man. I like that.
Let's see what that does.
What do I have as his character description in pseudo right? That's a good question.
I should probably negative prompt some of these. Well, I guess this is picking up from the Omar Sharif reference.
Yeah, you can maybe take Omar out, see what happens. I mean, it's close.
I'll try one more, and I'll negative prompt old man or something like that.
Yeah, because he is old. Like his younger photos are, from when he was doing stuff young.
Right. No old man, no gray hair.
compassionate, empathetic.
Right, right. Okay, so we'll go way softer. I think I'll kind of try overboard, go too far, and let's see if it
Yeah.
even gets us there. So, photo of put handsome. All right, I'll go pretty hard.
Take compassionate, handsome man who puts others above himself.
I'll put
6 foot
kind.
tall with a lean build and sandy brown hair that he usually keeps styled crop short. You know what? I'm just going to put in exactly
Yeah,
what's
yeah. See what
written
we
here
get.
and see what happens.
I'm gonna put kind brown eyes, and I'll even go as far as kindergarten teacher. Maybe we'll get
Take a look.
a. I'll even put smiling. Maybe we'll even try that. I lost my speed here.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do chaos or style or anything. Oh, that's God, he still looks like an 80s. Why is it getting so 8? It's Omar Sharif. We got to take Omar Sharif out of there.
Right. Did I have him here? Okay, yeah. This next one I took out. And I also added Smiley, so he's probably going to be a little too happy.
I like that top left one is close.
Oh, interesting. Well,
It's a little less 80s. I think maybe because it's so dark you can't quite see his hair.
Yeah, let me think.
And his brow isn't quite like he's not really doing this exactly the blue steel. So that's the closest.
Let's see. Young handsome man.
Oh, I didn't do 1916. Let's do headshot slash. Oh, I'm looking down at the ones that you're doing with the smiling. That's too nice, though.
Right. I'll try it again. I'll take out smiling.
I wonder if it knows theatrical headshot.
That's going to be funny, right? When we're using AI to make our headshots.
I know. Super. I mean, honestly, you could do it today. Then I will never have to. I would never have to take. If I was still acting, what a dream.
Yeah.
You could just take your 500 headshots that you've had over the past 10 years of your career and just like put them in and just like make new ones. Be like, make me into a cop, make me into a doctor, make me into whatever, send it off.
Man, you know what'd be wild is if like we replaced headshots with just like AI images of you directly in the concept art of the movie.
Dude,
that would be crazy.
That
right?
should be being done right now.
Yeah,
why wouldn't that be done?
Yeah, it's just like you would just send them like a bunch of your headshots, like you said,
yeah,
and then they would just
generate it in. Okay, it doesn't know what a theatrical headshot is. Where is the personality? Where is the brick background? Like, you know what I'm saying? Where's the studio lighting?
All right.
Just a full-on, straight-on headshot? No.
Oh, so this one was your prompt,
that was
right?
me. It made him too young and too.
Gotcha. Let me do this one, and I'll maybe negative prompt smiling. Oops, that's that. Eyebrow eyes. Maybe I'll get rid of.
It's getting close though, and then you could use that image for. I mean, maybe this. Oh, I almost like the realism.
Do it.
Except his eyes are blue.
Yeah, these are wacky.
I feel like it's this dude.
Which one?
I know it's like a bad shot of him and his eyes are blue, but like the top left, the first one.
Oh, you won. Okay.
He looks just like a normal. He's like attractive, but he's not like, you know, fucking whatever you call it. Yeah, that guy. Except for the coloring. It's got the wrong coloring.
I'm gonna do two things. I'll first let's try variation with. Oh, okay. Well, okay.
Maybe we can blend him with
Well, okay. What is
this guy and see what
okay.
happens. Let's make a baby. No, not that guy. Ah.
Let me see.
This guy.
Which guy?
I'm going to blend. I'm going to do a blend of this guy. And this headshotty 80s guy.
While you're doing that, I'm going to see if I can just gen fill the eyes to brown.
Oh, yeah. Try that.
Yeah, but you can just hang out Discording for a second while I figure this out.
I'm not even going to give a prompt for this. Oh, you can't with blend. Dimensions, landscape. Why? I'm doing something wrong when I'm saving these.
Okay.
Why it's not working.
What's going on your end? What's happening?
It's not letting me, it's giving me an error when I tried to blend them. I don't know why. Could not validate this link. See. Blend. Should just be able to open this.
I haven't seen Lawrence of Arabia. I gotta get around to watching that.
Yeah. It's a good one. Don't
you
you make movies? You haven't seen Lawrence of Arabia?
No, I haven't gotten around to that one.
They didn't make you watch it? Did you go to school? Did you go to school for film?
It was more like animation, to be honest with you.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so why would you watch it?
Yeah, the film stuff's more just like me self-teaching, and watching the movies you're supposed to watch.
No, I love it. That's how I did art. I mean, I tell everybody, if I had kids, I would tell them not to go to school. I mean, if they were going to try to do something in the arts, like just go do it. Don't fucking go to school for it. Waste.
Yeah. It's
120. Like I would love to get my $100,000 back for my theater degree. That would be great.
$100,000 for a theater degree. Could you imagine if it was like a course on Udemy and they were like $100,000?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you get a Udemy certificate. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. And that, is actually worth something.
That's actually bash. We're on the stream bashing colleges. That's what we're doing.
I mean, go to college if you're going to become a doctor. You know what I mean?
Real quick, I'll show you.
I didn't have to make myself big for that.
Photoshop. Do you see my Photoshop screen?
No, I can't see your Photoshop screen. Let me share it. There it is.
Okay, there. So,
you made his eyes brown.
Yeah, this was the.
They look a little wonky though. Oh, interesting. That one's pretty close. No, don't like that one. Don't like that one. That one's close.
Yeah.
It's a warm brown eye.
Yeah. Do you feel like this is kind of around where you were thinking?
Yeah. Okay, that's great.
Let me save that. So yeah, at least we know we can use GenFill.
I did. I don't know where my degree is.
Okay, great. Let's just head back to Discord. Where the hell is Discord? Oh, okay. Theater degree. So you were with all the theater kids, huh?
Oh yeah. Theater nerd. Theater nerd from the age of 8.
8?
Oh yeah.
Are you much of a singer?
I was not a triple threat. I did sing.
Okay.
I could not. I can sing. I can sing.
Right.
I wouldn't say I am much of a singer, but I can sing. I did play Eponine.
Okay, let's go.
Senior year of high school. So.
All right. I'm more the guy that would play the bush or the tree.
The bush or the tree. Cool.
Yeah. Cool. But there's a lot of character in that.
There is. It's what you bring to it. There's no small parts, only small actors.
I definitely, I use the method, in my tree and my bush. Yeah. A lot of soft 100%. Focus, a lot of. But how do you How do you feel about these last ones you made? Are these a little?
Uh, they're too good looking. They're too good
Gotcha.
looking. I like the one that we have. Let's put him in there and let's just
Right. Let me see.
like
Yeah.
use it as a prompt. See what happens. I actually like it. But how could we then put him with our lady friend? Because he's also like he's not positioned. He's just like straight on. And
Yeah.
also
So
the
that's
size of
curious,
his
right?
neck, there's some things that are a little weird about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe we can just, or I don't
Mm-hmm.
think clip drop is going to be a good thing of this, but we could try to do clip drop
It's funny.
reimagine.
There's all those Midjourney tutorials about like how to get a consistent character, and I've never tried any of them.
I have tried them and I have to say it's a bunch of bullshit. Sorry,
Really?
it
Yeah.
doesn't
Okay.
really work. Like when they're saying consistent character, it's like, oh, it can consistently make a pretty girl with red hair. And it's like, yeah, they all kind of
Oh.
look the same because guess what? Midjourney like
Yeah. Okay.
just kind of always makes those like anime-esque characters with like red hair look the same. But it's not
Right.
like, I don't
Well,
know.
it's
Maybe other people
no,
have had it. I didn't give it a shit
no,
ton
no,
of.
no. Well, it's funny. It's like when people sort of like, you know how you have flickering in video and stuff, and then they sort of show. Sometimes you see these examples of like the beautiful girl with no wrinkles, and it's like, look, we got rid of the flicker. I'm like, that's not really showing that. You
Yeah,
got to see
yeah.
the are the wrinkles locked in place. But what was I going to say? What's the if you could you summarize sort of like what the main idea is behind the consistent character tutorials that you're not too happy with? Like, what do they usually say?
I don't remember what it was. It was like you get the one that you like, and then you run it, and then you like write in the prompt like a name or something, and then you like get the seed, and then you do it a couple times, like as if you're like sort of like training Midjourney, like what your name of the character is.
Mm-hmm. I gotcha.
But you want to see something really fucking funny?
What's that?
I'm going to share this. I tried to do clip drop. Don't have to do what if I use photoreal input. I want to share. So I want to share. I tried to do clip drop.
Now, what remind me what clip drop is again?
It's like it's like a really easy tool uh, to make like some stable diffusion stuff. Like you can like get rid of backgrounds and you can do a stuff. And they dropped this reimagine tool where you're supposed to be able to like drop a picture and then it'll like do it in other ways. And it isn't very good. No offense,
Right,
but
right.
this was pretty funny. This output of it was pretty good.
Well, because it's already 10:30, maybe instead of trying to put the character into a scene, because we don't really know how to get that consistency, maybe
Yeah.
we just take one of your scenes and just try to storyboard it, even though the characters may not be right. How do you feel
Okay.
about that? Yeah,
Yeah, or when we storyboard it, we can just use those two pictures and see what happens. Maybe it'll use their faces.
yeah, maybe there's something with blending potentially, right? So what I'm doing, like, oh, sorry, I just dropped something. Sorry, hold on, gotta clean up a small mess.
No, it's fine. Ooh, it's making him a lot younger.
Yeah, that's just the describe and the variations. Oh, hold on, I'll be back in like
Yeah,
30
no
seconds.
problem. I'm gonna do with him what we did with Cass.
All right, back in the game. Yeah, they really are. Oh, interesting. These guys look like they've seen some things.
Yeah. Oh, it's a little Timothy Chalamet getting pushed into there.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. So, while we're kind of closing up on this, what
Yeah.
is there a scene that we could try?
Let's think. Let's see if there's a scene that we can try. You know what? I'm gonna have to open up Poe to find some scenes. There is a scene. Okay. Well, there's a couple of things too that we could do. Maybe we could just do with one of them too. There's a scene where they're at the office and she is sitting on his desk talking to him. That's a thing. She's she's sweaty. She just got out of a sparring workout thing with somebody. She came over. She popped down on Henry's desk. She's talking to him. They have a conversation, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. That's one scene. There's a scene where they're watching a documentary at Henry's place. So that would be probably pretty easy. They're just sitting at, they're just sitting on a couch, I guess. Yeah. There's a scene where she is in the other room and she's like hearing what he's saying on the phone in the other room. There's a scene where that I was just trying to write with pseudo write the morning after they did the nasty.
The nasty days.
Yeah, but we probably can't do that in Midjourney.
No. Yeah. The couch scene.
Let's do the couch scene. This is good. Okay. This is a good scene.
Now, do you think that's like in a home or is that like in a common or like?
It is at Henry's apartment. So, but it's in a nice, okay, so this is good. Let's find this. I can find the exact description.
You could put it on your screen. I could just take a quick photo of it. So I'll just have it as a reference.
Yeah, let me find it first. Oh, I have to go up really far. I don't have Scrivener on. I write most of my stuff in Scrivener and I don't have the app on my PC. So I'm like going into Poe where I put like a bunch of scenes into. So let me go all the way up to the top when I put all of it in here.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let me find. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Possible scene. Okay, Jill jumps in. She's going to thing. Henry, no longer. So let's omit. Family pictures.
Oh, by the way.
You know what? I have it.
Okay.
We're gonna have to do a new character. Oh shit. Because I have something that I like describe in detail because it's actually like a picture of Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Should we try to do that?
Say that one more time.
Okay. So we can either do this. We can do a picture of Henry that was like late afternoon, sun caught behind him. He's sitting outside at a table with
I see.
like brightly colored drinks and plates of fruit, talking to a guy, Jamal, and his little boy, Jamie, who is nestled in his lap. The sunlight is glitting off of his hair, bringing out the hints of gold and copper, and rust in his dark curls, animatedly telling a story with a drink with a ridiculous garnish and a neon yellow straw sloshing around in his hand. Do you think we could do that? That's pretty intense.
Yeah. Okay.
Or I think we could do the thing on the couch. That's probably easier. I don't know. What do you want to do? Which one? You tell me. You're the one creating it.
I think you're reading, right? So can you bring up that description of that tougher one you were just talking about with the?
Okay, let me bring up the description. Let me go open up my screen share. Hi, mocap. Sorry, I was deep into my pseudo write. I have been doing AI art for about 1.5 years. How long have you been doing AI for coffee? Probably the same.
Me, about a year, yeah.
About a year, yeah.
In fact, I need to look up my AI birthday for the first AI image, and I probably have a Midjourney birthday too.
February 2022 is my birthday.
Yeah.
It's not the whole prompt I see through. It's what I wrote about it. So I can, okay, so let me find it again. Where did it go? Oh my God. I lost it. Running out of time. Okay, here it is. So she's talking about when she took a picture to help Henry make his Bumble account. Okay, this is
good times.
This is the story. She's a good friend.
Yeah.
It's like I made his Bumble profile and I did not sabotage it. I made a fucking kick-ass Bumble profile. I used a picture that I took of him at a barbecue last summer, which, God, I wish I still had that picture because then I could describe it to you, but it won't do it justice. But just think like really good beer ad. Okay. It's a beautiful summer day. The wind has blown most of the smog out of the city. The sky has this blue that you rarely see anymore. Our friends James and Liza had just bought their house, which, yes, I was jealous of. Happy for them, but with a completely healthy dash of jealousy. Henry was just purely happy for them, but that's Henry. And it was a goddamn perfect little house, small, but on like a large plot of land that was filled with palm trees and fire plants and water fountains and those perfect little outdoor entertaining area. They even had one of those gas fire pits with the blue flames that dance over white stones. I miss that fireplace. I miss that fire pit. It was late afternoon and the sun was caught behind this group of palms that framed one side of the dining area. The table was strewn prettily with brightly colored drinks and plates of fruit. Henry was sitting a few feet away from me, talking to Jamal. Jamal's little boy, Jamie, was nestled happily in his lap, and sunlight was kind of glinting. I kid you not, it was glinting off of Henry's hair, bringing out these like hints of gold and copper and rust in his dark curls that you never get to see under the fluorescent lights of the office. And Henry was animatedly telling some story, a drink with a ridiculous garnish and this neon silly straw sloshing about in his hand. And I just remember looking up and seeing that tableau and thinking, fuck, I want to remember this. I felt so, I don't know, beautiful, like family. So I took a picture and it ended up being a really good picture. And I said, anyway, it goes on. It goes on. But that is the whole description of that scene. A pretty insane description. I don't think we can do it.
Right. No, I hear you. Give me a second. I'm trying to do this thing called InSwapper. Have you used the InSwapper bot in Midjourney?
No, I have not.
Okay. So, are you looking at my Discord right now? This isn't
I
a great example. Yeah. So basically, there's a whole tutorial I can send you, but essentially, what you do is okay. So
it's the face. I have tried to use this, but
thing.
it doesn't work on my fucking Discord. It breaks every time I try to do it.
Yeah. So basically, I made this, and then I swapped it out with the guy that we sort of like. Not exactly right, but I think that's probably the fastest way to get some level of consistency. You know what I mean? Just like use that plugin.
I think you're right.
Because this definitely
that's a great way to do it.
them.
And it's close. It does kind of resemble him.
Yeah, for sure.
Made him bald,
first of all,
but you have bald already.
First of all, it's miraculous that this even exists. You know?
Yeah, it is freaking miraculous.
Okay.
Okay, great. Well, so you created Henry. I love it. Let's do it.
Yeah. So I guess, and you could do it too, like in terms of what kind of scenes could we do. So, what is the most the briefest way to describe that whole scene that you made? Is he he's outside?
A beer ad.
Beer ad.
That's how I describe it. A beer ad.
Beer ad of cool guy.
A beer ad of a guy, of two guys
Two guys.
Sitting at a table, tableaued by desert plants, I guess, with the sun shining behind them. The table is strewn with brightly colored, maybe an alcohol, alcohol, a vodka advertisement.
I'll make a variation of that.
Yeah, so it's like they're sitting at the table, the sun is like perfectly glinting behind them, you know, it's like brightly colored stuff. They got smiles on their face, like they're laughing, like, look, we're having such a great time.
Oh, okay. They're having a great time.
Two guys laughing. Here, I'll make this thing big so you can read it while we do it. IC3 was ahead of us on that, yeah.
Okay, I'm throwing up a version of what you just said.
Okay.
And then I'll see what InSwapper does. We'll probably make them both the same guy, but we can see. So InSwapper is actually going to be really useful, I think, for concept art, like just in general, right? Because then you could do what we did, where we just make headshots and character sheets, and then we just use that in InSwapper and then put it into scenes.
Yeah, pretty much.
My images have too many guys.
Too many guys. That's close though. That's pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
And they've got beards. I guess that's the beer at. They got beards because they're beards.
Let me go negative prompt on the beards.
Yeah.
No beards. And okay, yeah, I'll go with that. They all have sunglasses, all have beards. I'm like, is this what Midjourney thinks cool guys are? I guess it's the beer ad. Beer ad makes sense.
Yeah, it's the beer ad that does it. That's why they're doing it. It does a good job of making a beer ad, though. Look at that.
I do like how people are making fake commercials with Gen 2. I'll have to try my hand at one. You know what I'm going to do? I'm probably going to do like one for like fake prescription medication.
Yes.
Just like everything's going to murder you.
But do it with the side effects. The person having all the side effects.
Oh man. It's going to be a lot of like people.
You can't do it though because it's all like diarrhea and like strokes.
Diarrhea and strokes. Good times. All right. So let's see. I got a couple beer ads here. 1 and 4.
Close, but it's got to be a backyard. You got to put backyard in there, man.
Backyard. Okay. Oops. Let me see what InSwapper does real quick.
Yeah, see what happens when it does it.
Let's see. Oh, apps.
It's waiting to start mine.
Like I can definitely see they're the same face. Although it's just so surprising that
because I can't pick the face.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's probably just going to be a Photoshop thing.
I was about to say that you could do one with one face and the other with another face, and then just go into Photoshop and like swap it out.
Yeah, it's funny because like the way this guy looks, it looks kind of right with the profile.
Almost, yeah.
And it's just, I mean, it's funny. It's just like, wow, I can just generate the profile like this guy.
Why isn't it doing mine? Do it again.
So, let me pick one of yours, and I'll try and InSwap one of yours and see how that works.
I'm gonna put no beards too.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna add backyard. At a backyard table.
What is that I
Oh, these
made?
two? This is fun. Let me in swap these dudes.
You did a much better job with the.
Well, because I was putting in let me go back here. Like I definitely put photo and I have like my negative prompt with cartoon painting, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Whereas yours, I think it was just like I don't think you put a negative prompt for the.
I didn't really.
Yeah. So I know we're almost at the end of our little thing. Do you have any thoughts on like what we might? Because I'd love to post some of these and just be like, oh, here's some of the results. Do you think any of these kind of? Because we could also take some of your headshots, and I could maybe if you
I
send
think
me like a text
I think
description.
that headshot of the 2 headshots that we got, if you could make them into. Well, how about let's end with using those as inputs, and this is pretty close. This is pretty darn close.
What is? Oh, what you just made?
This bottom one, bottom right.
U4.
U3, bottom left. I don't know my rights or my lefts. If I say right,
okay.
it would be.
Man, I don't know what it thinks of backyard. This is like a backyard at like the Apple headquarters.
Yeah, right.
Hold on. Let me see. Oh, this was the in swap faces. That's interesting. Yeah, I was thinking what might be interesting is if we take some of the 2 headshots we have, and then maybe I just like
try to do a character sheet for them with those headshots, or do a character sheet but no, because the hair.
Well, what I was thinking was, I could post it and then I'll take your like rough description from pseudo right,
Yeah,
and maybe just like Photoshop it on and be like, oh, here's kind of the headshot we were able to make of this character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not the prompt, but this was your description.
Yeah, let me send you the descriptions.
And so I think that's what Henry and Cass. Well, I definitely learned a lot from this.
Yeah, it was a fun experiment.
Yeah, the first time I ever tried to make stuff with you, and it's interesting doing it in the same like server.
Yeah, it's fun, right? I never done that with somebody before.
I'm sure down the road, we could invite like another person, and we
you can invite like multiple people into it and do.
And then figure out like a GM, especially if you don't have like a topic that day,
Yeah. Oh yeah, just to hang out. I mean, that's basically what I do now.
We can call it fuck around. We can call it fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and find out. Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is like the picture almost. This is like almost it.
Okay, that's cool.
I mean, his hair is like a little too curly, but.
Right. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna.
I mean, and it's.
Swap on there.
I got too much stuff going on. I should probably like redo it. You're better at the prompts. Could you take that prompt and somehow like make it?
Well, I could. Well.
Because it's like I think because I have so much in it that it's like not making it doesn't look cohesive.
Yeah, we could mess with it. But yeah, okay. So just because tomorrow I could probably put up like, well, obviously you can just post whatever you want from like our
stream. Maybe, but I can also.
Yeah, I guess like we can just pick a couple of images, like 1 or 2. I'll probably pick the headshots and post them up and kind of talk about what we did. And you could either do the same or pick, other images.
I love it. I sent you in our Discord, I sent you the thing, and then I sent you the description of the image.
Okay, great. Oops. Okay. So that's kind of at least a little closer to the picture. His hair is just a little too curly, right?
Yeah, it's too curly, and it still looks a little like discombobulated.
Yeah, I love this guy. He looks like he got punched with like a hammer.
Yeah, his head's hit down, and like the lemon is growing out of the other guy's hand, and it's definitely just way too much going on in my
These are funny.
thing.
Oh,
But and then these ones up right above it are just like bros, just really growing out together.
and then this is radically different too.
Yeah.
Well, so was this interesting in terms of fleshing out some of your writing?
This was really interesting. I really enjoyed yeah, like taking the time to try to like visualize the characters. I think that's like a really cool thing to have in like your head.
Mm-hmm.
I want to I feel like I want to do it more to like really get a really good picture of Henry, you know. Like I love
Yeah,
that, but I would love to see him in like a
yeah,
setting.
and
Um
I think
Actually, you know
as
what we could do? We have 3 minutes.
yeah, what's up?
Let's take Henry and let's face swap him in one of these other headshots that we just like this the setting of maybe.
Well, you can see this one's in swapped already, so I already did that with that one.
Yeah.
Is there
But I
another
mean like
one?
going like way back up to when we were trying to just make Henry. Is there one that has
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, I guess pick an image and I'll in swap it. Or I don't know if
maybe
you have
do
access
this
to it.
one? Try this one maybe?
Which one?
I'm making them big at the bot like I'm hitting
Oh,
the
okay, yeah.
upscale so they'll pop up.
Oh, that one. Okay. So, I'm curious if you could do this. Can you right click and then just go to apps and just click in
Oh, that's a
swapper?
good
Is that
question.
something? Can you do that on your end?
Yeah, let me see. What is it? I right click and then what do I do?
You right click and you go to apps, and then it's this one called in swapper.
Oh, I can do it, and I just click in swapper.
Yeah, and then let's. Oh, was that
I
the
did it
middle
on
finger?
I did it on one above it. Oh my god, that's horrifying.
Okay.
Ah, they're both kind of horrifying.
Yeah, I don't think it did a great job with these because it doesn't really look like him,
Yeah.
but maybe it's like pulling too much from the underlying image. That's interesting. Yeah, yeah. All right.
That's funny.
Okay, so yeah, I guess we're coming up to time. This is really cool. I'm gonna
This
look
was
through
really
this.
cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna look through this later, and probably post the 2 headshots, and just be like, hurrah, my first like legit collab with somebody.
Yeah. Freaking for real.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
All right. Anyone having
Okay.
any fun on the chats?
No,
Like the
everyone
movie
stop
chat?
talking.
Yeah. Thank you, Ed. It was a
Thank
very
you, Ed.
educational
Oh my
stream.
gosh, it was fun. It was fun having you here. I know we didn't do a lot of writing, but it was still fun to jump in and try to figure all of this out. I mean, maybe I should
It,
just make him have longer hair. I don't know. I'm probably gonna keep playing. Is it weird, Coffee, if I keep playing in this thing after the stream
no,
is
no,
done?
go ahead. Just like mess
Awesome.
around with it. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna head out, and we can touch base
Awesome.
over DM and post some
Yes.
stuff tomorrow.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much, Coffee. It was so much fun. Until next time, everyone
All
give
right.
Coffee a big
Goodbye.
tap and thank you, chat and everybody, and we'll see you
Goodbye.
next week.